Ask 100 spiritual gurus to define meditation and you'll probably get 100 different answers. Emptying the mind, letting go of thoughts, sitting in awareness. And it's not that any of them are wrong, it's just that meditation is hard to describe. The practice is ambiguous, mysterious. It taps into the deepest parts of our being. It's kind of everything and nothing at the same time. But here's a practical analogy I once heard that helped me better understand meditation. Imagine this cup to be our mind, the water our consciousness, and the dirt our thoughts. From the moment we awake, our minds rev up, causing a swirl of thoughts to cloud our consciousness and clutter our minds. Soon, it becomes hard to relax, hard to think clearly, and hard to be fully present and experience life. Meditation is a practice of setting the cup down, grounding our minds, and maintaining that stillness. Gradually, our thoughts settle down, our mind clears, and we are brought back to that state of pure consciousness and bliss. What follows is a short 5-minute guided meditation that will teach you the basics of presence and stillness and, by the end, also teach you a specific meditation technique that you can then use for your own practice. Meditation is to the mind what working out is to the body. So like any other exercise, it requires a certain degree of perseverance and grit, but the payoff is there. And the beautiful thing about meditation is that anybody can do it. It is a gift afforded to us all. So, if you're up for it, please make sure that you're seated upright, either on a chair or couch or on the ground. Whatever your position, just make sure that you're comfortable and that you can relax every part of your body. Remember, just stick with it. There's no such thing as a bad meditation, and though it may feel a little uncomfortable at first, that's okay. It's totally normal. Just try your best to embrace whatever comes, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, let's begin. Please close your eyes. Let's just first start with some nice, deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And with each breath, just come deeper into the present. Now let's start with some listening. Just pay attention to the sounds that you hear all around you. See if you can identify one specific soundtrack and just stick with that. Then jump to another soundtrack. Now come back to all the sounds and listen to them all at once. Now let's bring our attention to our breath. Feel the inhale, the exhale, the pause in between. Don't force it, just breathe and observe your breath. Good. Relax. Keep your back straight. You're doing great. Now we're going to add some words to our breath. On the exhale, say peace in your head. And on the next exhale, say joy. This is your new anchor. every time your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath and to your word. Peace, joy. Good. Relax your body. Keep your back straight. Peace, joy. Feel your breath and the word become one. Stay present. Good. We're in the final stretch. Just stick with it. Stay present with your breath. Peace, joy. Can you breathe with an open heart? Could you be a little more open to whatever's present? This is it. This is presence. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. You did great. How do you feel now?
I feel very aware.
Like observing everything, not forcing. I feel like very much in the flow, like in the rhythm.
I feel conscious of more around, in front and behind me.
And like inside as well.
And then when you would say like, oh, if you find yourself drifting off, come back to this or come back to that. So I found myself drifting off a couple times, but then coming back to it. Yeah.
It's interesting that you can use, I've never thought that you can use sound and so much stimulation as a tool to actually bring you, bring focus to the body itself.
And like the noises also, like listening to the noise and then actually seeing it, like putting it all together. It's different, kind of.
Yeah. It's almost like being on drugs.
Really?
I don't know, maybe. Let me be real with you. Meditation isn't easy. It's simple, but it's not easy, especially in the beginning when it feels a little awkward and pointless. Most people give up after a couple weeks. And I don't think it's because they don't know what meditation is or how to meditate. I think it's because they don't have a strong enough reason why. So I first got into meditation about 4 or 5 years ago. I had just hit a really bad quarter-life crisis. I was coming out of a 7-year relationship, was very dissatisfied with my career, just didn't know what I was doing with my life. You know, there was just something in me that knew that it needed figuring out. And so naturally I gravitated towards meditation. And I was really diligent about my practice. I joined a meditation group. I read a bunch of books on meditation. And so at the height of my practice, I was meditating every day, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. And I had a couple of days a week where I had these hour-long sessions. And honestly, for me, it was those hour-long sessions where I felt the real impact of meditation, where I was like, okay, this is what meditation's about. I remember one meditation session, about 40 minutes in, I suddenly hit my pain body. The pain body is sort of like this internal, unconscious accumulation of years of pain and trauma, kind of all rolled up into one. And when I hit it, I just suddenly burst into tears and was crying for like 10 minutes. And I was just like, what is going on? I was so confused. But it was a deeply cathartic experience. And after that, it became easier for me to tap into that state of pure consciousness and being, and learn to separate myself from my ego. You know, it wasn't until I kind of separated myself from myself that I saw that there was this self that was me and had my personality and, you know, also my fear and my pain and my brokenness and all that stuff. And then there was this kind of deeper part of me, kind of just observing all of that. And I don't know, that realization just kind of gave me this sense of detachment, which then allowed for a greater sense of clarity and healing to kind of come into my life. I don't know how it works, but I'm eternally grateful. So look, if you're someone who's interested in meditation, if there's like a part of you that's just like, maybe I should meditate, that's very telling, because you don't even know what meditation is, yet there's a part of you that wants it. And so I would highly encourage you to go and explore that the same way I did. My recommendation before you start meditating is to really be clear on why you're meditating, because the deeper you can go down with that why, the more committed you'll be to your practice, the more perseverance and grit you'll have, the more sincerity you'll bring to your meditations. Ultimately, meditation is about a deepening. It's about a journey. It's like Morpheus asking, do you want to take the blue pill or the red pill? Do you want to stay on the surface level, or do you want to go deeper and experience the fullness of life, the fullness of your humanity, the fullness of... Alright guys, well, I'm done rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, don't forget to hit subscribe. But if there's one thing you take away from this video, it's this. Just focus on your breath. You can always come back to your breath.